What's up, everybody? Today is September 29th. The super moon's today. So hopefully a lot of people made some money today. Um, um, this is week 8 now, or week 9, right?
That is week,
The
as
start
per
of the
me, I
week
have it
9.
here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So week
And
8.
there's one with eight, yeah. There's one within, I don't have anything to share, I remember.
So you have 7,
Yeah,
so this is
week
week
8.
9. Yeah, this is week
Yeah,
9.
week
Uh,
9. Okay.
so this is where we start getting into market psychology. We've been kind of talking to Easy on the side and telling them to pay attention for certain times in the market, so you can know how to kind of get a sense of what's going to happen. Like the times that I tell them to check it out is um pre-market, at open, and then what happens. He's going to trade those times, right? But what we want him to check out is the price action between 8 a.m. in the morning Pacific Standard Time to about 10 a.m., 10:30 sometimes, and just see what price action is doing, because that's going to get you into the psychology of what might happen during power hour. And same thing with power hour. You want to see what happens during power hour to see what's going to happen in after hours. And the market psychology is kind of inverse of thinking, right? So if they push it up right before data, if they push it up right before data, then they're probably going to dump it when data comes out, depending on where price action is. That's another thing. Edie, do you have any charts of when where data plays?
Which day did that I play this week?
I think on Tuesday and Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday and
Sure.
Thursday.
Okay, Wednesday, the
Yeah,
27th
Wednesday
and
and
the
Thursday for
28th.
sure. And
Yeah,
even
for sure I
today.
have.
Even if you bring up the live chart, can you bring up the live chart for today?
Sure. I have it. It's on my second screen. This is
And then
today.
scroll back to 8:30.
This is exactly 8:30 in the morning for me. Right here. That's where it played.
Oh, can you put it on ES? Where's
Oh,
ES?
on ES. Okay. Give me a second here. I need to open my Ninja Trader.
Oh, you could just put it on TOS. Just put, on the
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah. Of
ticker.
course. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, wow. I never put it on on TOS.
And scroll back to 5:30.
Which is 8:30 my time.
Yeah, 8:30.
So ES 1 minute. Wow. So like I said, I never look at it on here. I guess this
So
was
8:30 right there.
8:30 is right here. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Okay, scroll down. So check
Yeah,
it out.
there you go.
The market psychology, you take price action into effect, right? Um, and you take it into effect where price action where it is in correlation to a moving average. So when data came out this morning, where was price action before data came out? Easy, can you answer that?
Yeah. Price action was right here or right above the 10S, right on the 10 SMA on 1 minute.
And above the 50 estimate, correct? And that's
Correct,
the
yes,
telling
above as
sign.
well.
That has been my telling sign for the last 2 or 3 times that data has came out. Um, so
I just
what the theory is if price action is above the 50 SMA, when data comes out, most likely it's going to come back and pull back and hit the 50 SMA and then slingshot up.
if
If you
anyone
go
wants
back,
to see, I dropped a screenshot in there as well in Discord about how I played
Yeah, I have no idea how to put that on the screen though.
it.
that's all good. I'll do it. Or just double click it and then put in open in browser and then it'll open it
uh,
up.
right here. Let me just put that screen in front. I mean, I don't know if you see it
Yeah, there you go.
properly, but yeah, I just put it.
Yeah, there it goes. So at 8:30, that big candle formed and pulled back down to the 50 SMA. That's the like pink one. And it created a nice after that, it created a nice what do you call it, higher low. And then I took the first leg entry. I think Kyle actually, he posted a screenshot. Kyle caught the same entry and wrote it up here, 5 points, 5.25 points, easy.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's another way that you can play it, right? You can wait for it to form out, because sometimes it'll be a big green candle up. Because this was what, freaking 10-point candle, maybe? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I can't really see.
43,
So if you got
56
in
to
good at
68. Yeah, 10 points.
if you got in at the 50 estimate, you better lock in right here. Because sometimes what happens, see how it's getting sucked down? The next candle, look, it got sucked down right away. But sometimes it doesn't come up. It'll fucking just keep going. So if you're gonna play the first candle, like say it's 529 and you're on this candle, you're like, yeah, price action is above the 50 SMA. I'm gonna put a fishing order out in the 50. Just be careful. It's data, you can never predict it. Of course, it only works until it doesn't, you know, but it's been consistent. Just pay attention to it. If you haven't played it, pay attention to it. It'll kind of make you less scared of playing data or through data. And if you are scared, look at LasagnaCat. He waited a little bit. He got his play.
Yeah.
He got his grade A play, and he got in and wrote it. He could
Yeah.
have wrote it to what's his dotted line? Is that standard def?
Yeah, right up there, the blue. Yeah, that's standard dev right up there. And I
Yeah.
had my eye on it, and I like to take what you call it, profits a little early. But yeah, that was an almost extra 2 points up there, or like 175.
Yeah, and when you start playing multiple contracts, lock in 50, 75% here and put your second target right here.
Yep.
You'll be surprised how many times it'll catch that second target.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. And then like you could have put your target up here, right? And then attached your stop, a trail stop to the 10 SMA, and you would have, you still would have ended green
Oh yeah.
right here. You might have caught 4 points, but still, 5 points on two contracts and then another 4 points on another two, still profitable trade.
Oh, a great trade.
And there'll be days where you'll fucking catch the big home runs.
Yeah, and that's the thing that could easily take off into the 10-point, 15-point realm.
And that's what you want to do is get used to it. Once you start scaling up and messing with multiple contracts, you're gonna lock some in and then put a trail stop and just let it go. I figured that's the best way to catch the bigger 10, 20-point moves, 40-point moves is put a trail stop. And that's totally up depending on what you trade. If you don't use a moving average, you can't really put a trail stop unless you put like if it's up 20 points, or that's 80 ticks, and you put like a 20 ticks trail stop, you might catch a lot. I don't know.
20 tick 12 that.
Well, 20 ticks is only 5 points.
That's
So
a
you're gonna
lot
get
for
5 points up. That it is a lot. And that's what a lot of people that don't trade futures don't realize is futures is like way more profitable than trading, even like trading Apple. Yeah, you can be
Yeah.
profitable doing options and doing all kinds of stuff. But if you just buy shares, some people can't even afford what the price
Mhm.
of
Of the
Apple
shares
is.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on futures, that opens up the door. Not only that, it's actually like Pandora's box, right? Because it doesn't have no PDT. It
That's
doesn't
right.
it has a minimum. You can start with $400 and
There's
you
no
can lease
delta.
it.
There's no those thing when your options are dying.
Yeah, there's no
Oh, forget the term.
Decay.
yeah, decay.
Decay. There you go. That's the freaking word. There's no
And
time
that's the most
decay.
awesome part.
Oh,
And there's somebody that was doing futures options. I was like, oh fuck. And you seen Brandon, he was doing futures options.
Mm-hmm.
And he was killing it. And
So
then that's just even more power, more leverage.
no. So quick question. Before I posted this screenshot, you were mentioning that before data, you could see like sometimes you'll see the price action under the 50 SMA, and then like, and then it'll come above before news is released, or data rather, or does it not, or could it also work a different way than that?
Usually, it doesn't matter what it does. It matter with where it's at the last 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
There's like no bias, right?
Yeah.
But you're creating higher lows right here. But guess what? If you're a price action trader or pattern trader, you're like, oh, this is a rising wedge. It's gonna fail. But where is it gonna fail? Look, it failed way over here.
Oh, I can't see your annotations actually.
Yeah, I don't see anything yet.
Hold on. See, so there's this line right here. Right? Look, it failed way over here.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, so what should I use? You use moving average, and price action is above the 50 SMA. Comes down and tags it right there.
Yeah.
So price action in the last 10, 15 minutes, it was above.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to be like above coming down, right? Like see how this is coming up?
Right.
If it's coming down like this, then you might treat it differently.
Mm-hmm.
But that's different because it still might pop because it's above the 50 SMA.
Yeah.
But guess what? Because it's coming this way, the wick down here might be longer and then pop up. And then
Right.
it's going to go dump. And those are probably like the situation where I had explained it, where see how this candle, it has a big wick.
Yeah.
I bet you if you guys, I don't know if we can go back and check it out, but if price action was coming down like this, I bet you this candle probably would have kept going just because of the way price action was coming down.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have came down to right here, whatever that dash line is,
Right.
and then bounced and kept going back up.
So that first price action drawing that you had where it was squiggling down, do you see it like I don't know. So you had this squiggle. Let me know if you could see my drawings. It's like that squiggle there, right? My drawing sucks. But do you see the big do you see the big green candle as like a pullback to that price action?
Yeah.
In a sense, and then it would continue down. Here comes another shit drawing. So it's like it would continue up. So it would come down in a squiggle, come up, and that's like a pullback to here, and then it would shoot down.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna get better at drawing, fellas. Let me clear this up.
Yeah. That's his next assignment. Get better at drawing. The drawing strategy, ladies and gentlemen.
I draw like a crackhead.
No, but yeah, that's how you would play it. So
Yeah.
just pay attention to that, you guys. I know you guys, if you guys trade the moving averages, pay attention. It'll help you go through data. And even like this is a perfect play of, okay, waiting 5 minutes to get into the play. So awesome trade, LasagnaCat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, me and my case, whatever. I tried to play it this morning, whatever. Just like it's the first, like one of the first time I'm trying to play data, but it's just that I had a bias. I was hoping it'll go short. So what I did is that I was already on a trade right here. All I did is that I put my stop loss like 3 points, 3 points above, and then my take profit way down below. So it didn't play out. It just stopped me out, and then after that, it went the other way. So I was like, bah, whatever. But that was even before the data came out. Like a few seconds, it came out. Like it did a big wick, and then it got me out of the trade. That's it.
Yeah.
So I still don't like data days. But I play them, but I still don't like data days. I play them like 30 minutes after or something like that, or whenever I see my setup.
Yeah.
But then that's it.
No, that's the best way to play it. If you don't feel comfortable, don't put that extra pressure on yourself to trade it. Yeah, you'll see other traders in the chat like, oh yeah, I got fucking 6 points, I got 20 points. Good. Study that shit. Don't
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
trade it until you have studied it and you feel comfortable trading it.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, just because Semper or LasagnaCat are trading it, I'm gonna jump in when you don't even know how to react. And you know, 10 to 15 minutes after data comes out, it can be volatile as fuck. Yeah, you can hit like maybe Brandon could have been short right here, right? And then I'm long because he's thinking short and it pops up. So I got my long and he got his short on the next candle. And we can both be right.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's one of the things that I did this week as well. I mean, whoever was talking, I think it was mostly Connor talking this week, whatever. Like it's just that I know his bias, what he was saying, but at the same time, I was just looking for my play. I
yeah.
was just focusing on in order to get the short. Like as soon as I saw my setup, I was trying to get a jump on it no matter what.
And that's awesome
Yeah,
because last week you had that issue where you listen to a different member and you're like, oh fuck, it fucked me up.
yeah,
You know, it
that's
throws
right.
you off. Um, so just stick to what you know, because like I said, everybody has eyes and they look at the chart differently from a different
That's
perspective.
correct. I want to show you guys. Do you want to talk about something else before I show my trades? Like I said, I don't have much red trades this week, so it was a good week.
No, that's awesome.
Um,
I know you said you didn't want to scale up, but
yeah, but
I'm
I mean,
still gonna teach you
I'm
the
playing with
system.
4 contracts.
I'm still gonna
That's
teach you the system of scaling up. So this
okay.
week you said you don't feel comfortable scaling up next week, right? You're still in sim, right? You're not live
Yeah,
trading. I
I'm
hope
still in
not.
sim. Everything is still sim. Everything is
So
yeah,
so just take it. So next week, keep trading
yeah, still
four.
sim. You
Keep
see right
trading
here,
four. Let's
sim.
see if you get the same results.
Okay,
Try to take 20 trades and let's see if you get the same results. If you get the
okay.
same results, scale up the following week.
By scale up, we're talking about the amount of contracts or more
Yeah.
trades,
Yep.
or the amount
The
of
amount of
contracts.
contracts. We don't want to
Okay.
take more trades. That's you're risking more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though you're
That's
kind
right.
of risking more with more contracts,
Mhm.
but the thing is you're not risking more because you're only concentrating on your grade A setup, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So technically you're not risking more. But if you do it the other way where you still have four contracts but you're trading more, you're putting yourself more at risk of
Okay.
giving
So
money back. And
the
that's
best
not
way
the
to
best
reduce
way.
the
The best
risk.
way, yeah, it's the best way to lose money, exactly.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that when I traded fucking 6, 7, 8 trades, and I was like, fuck, I'd give half my profits back. I was like, fuck, I got to figure out a system. So the system was start with the daily goal. You don't have, it's not a daily goal to fucking hit it. You know, it's just like to break it down to kind of give you a sense of, okay, this is what I should be. It's kind of like breaking down the risk reward ratio, where it's 2 to 1 or 3 to 4 or whatever. That can help you. And I like this week that you said that you don't like looking at your P&L. You don't want to
Yeah.
look at your P&L because that's
That's
gonna
right.
get you anxious. So just hide your P&L until the end of the day. Because right,
Yeah.
you're still
Focusing
gonna
on
know
the
you're still gonna know, okay, I got one trade that's green. I locked in 4 points. I got two trades that I locked in 5 points.
yeah.
Great. I hit 10 points. If you don't want to do like a daily goal like money, just do okay, I want to hit 10 points every day. Is if that's two trades with 5 points, or if that's three trades with 3.5 points, it doesn't matter. But figure something out where you have a system where you're consistently hitting it. You don't want to. Some people use 2 to 1 or or a moving average or whatever. It's just up to you, but you want to be consistent. You don't want to put yourself more at risk by trading more, but you want to risk more money, I guess, more contracts to make
Mm-hmm.
more. Um, because not all the trades are going to work. But if you stick to your grade A setup, you're good. And then
Right.
once you get that laser, maybe start look at a different strategy like we've been talking about the fair value gap strategy. I've used it only when it lines up with our moving average strategy because I've noticed that I can really rely on it. on it. And I've caught 10 to 11 point plays, and I've caught 121 point play. And that's when it lined up with the fair value gap, lined up with the 666, which the 200 was there and the 50 SMA was there. Um, so yeah, go ahead and break down your trade.
My trade, but again, like I said, it's still the same strategy that I'm playing on, going short whenever I get that tag of the 50 SMA. So the condition that I'm looking for again, it's for the 50 SMA to be above the 10 SMA. Once I have that, whenever I get a price tag, so price action hit the 50 SMA, this is when I go short. Prior to my learning, I used to go short as soon as it hit the level, but then this time now I'm waiting for it to not just hit the level, but go in the direction that I want for the price action to come down.
Nice.
And yeah, that's one of the things. I'm like you can see right here. I entered on the second candle. On the first candle, I wasn't sure. I was hesitating because there were so many moving averages here. I was like, it might fake me out. So in this case, it was I was like, I'm waiting for it to close below the 50 SMA. And then as soon as it closed, that's when I went into the trade. So that's the strategy that I'm following, and then I will cover on later. On that day, the 25th, I only had one red trade. I think that was the red trade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that was the red trade. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You see there? Yeah, that was the red trade. I had to calculate that one. So entered at 43.46, and then I got out at 43.46.25 because I saw that it was faking me out. And also the market was about to open. And then that's one of the other rules that I have. I do not hold a trade or have any open position when the market opens, especially when going short. It can go real quick in the opposite direction or against me. So I think that's what I did. I closed that trade because the market was opening at 9:30. So there you go.
One of the rules that we used to have, or some of us still have, is wait 15 minutes. Or at least wait 5 minutes for the first leg to be formed. That was one of the biggest rules that we used to use.
Well,
But that's just like with
that's
data days. Once you get used to playing through the open, you're gonna get used to it. But like I said, sometimes there's gonna be those days where your setup is not gonna work.
That's right. Well, it's not gonna show.
Yep.
Just like this morning, I didn't see it at first when the market opened. I usually play on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 30 minute, and none of those had a good play for me today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Easy. Do you have as a condition of your setup that the 30-minute must have the 10 under the 50?
The same condition that I have on the 1 minute, it's the same thing for the 5, it's the same thing for the 30, just like it's the same thing for the 1 hour. It doesn't change.
Right.
It's just that whenever I see the setup, I'm trying to time it in a lower time frame.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you need to have the time frames agree with the 10 under 50, or like do they all 10 or 50?
I would say no. One of the things that I look for is for the, let's say, the higher time frame. That's the one that I prioritize.
Yeah.
Like, let's say if the 20-minute is bearish, then I look to see what's the 5-minute is doing. Is the 5-minute going up or is it going down? But I go from top to bottom. So I'll start with the 20-minute. I'll trade the 5-minute. If not, I'll trade the 1 minute. But always look at what's the 20-minute doing.
Yeah.
In my case.
Awesome. Yeah, I tried out a couple of your setups the other day, and I was like, the first thing I did was I made sure that the 30 on the 30, the 10 was under the 50, and that gave me confidence.
Yeah. And these are usually much bigger trade when you're taking them on the 30-minute.
Right.
I think I had one maybe this week that was like a 15-point move for me. So I was really happy on this one.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, I'm just gonna open my trades because I had a good trade that I wanted to show you guys so that I can ask some question. So that was on the 25th. I mean, unless you have something to tell me about the trade, Semper. If not, I didn't find anything relevant, I'll say, on that trade. The 25th.
When they opened? through data open?
Well, no, I mean on the day, like I said, that's one of my rules that I do close before the thing. Oh yeah, okay. This is what I wanted to show you actually. Let me just show it to you right now. I noticed that this was happening to me in the beginning of the week. What happened was, you see, I entered here, like
Yeah.
even though my target was the 50 SMA, but I started trimming as it's going down. Like I'm just taking little pieces, you know. By the time the trade is done, I only have one contract left. So, you know, I feel more comfortable holding one contract, but that was the beginning of the week. And when I close my trade, everything is done. I make like little profit. And then I hear somebody else say, oh, me, I made, you know, like 15, like 10 points.
Yeah.
This is when I'm like, man, that was my play. I make much less money. And that's one of the things that I want to address.
One of the biggest things is to try to use a 5 minute. The 5 minute has been real consistent for me the last couple of months. And I've been trading the 5 minute. Didn't you have a trade earlier? Um,
This is
that
what my
you
trade
traded
looks like
off
on
the
the
five
5 minute.
minute, but you got in on the 1 minute?
Well, yeah, all my trades are just like this one that I showed you right here. This was on the
I thought you
25th. This is
shared
on the
it
5 minute. Did I share it today? No, I didn't.
right before our talk, maybe.
Give me a second. I don't think I shared any trade today.
Or you
Whoa, whoa,
shared your
whoa.
screen and you're like,
Oh, oh, damn it! Wait.
you shared your screen and like the 5 minute was a perfect tag of the 50 SMA, and then the 1 minute was above the 50 SMA. But the 10 minute was way down. Remember, it had like a big hump. Um, maybe it was
I think
today. Go share your
today
screen for,
was
or you
today
don't.
is what? Wait, give me a second. Today is the 29. I think I did have a 29. Where was it? 25th, 28, 28, 26, 26, 28, 28, 29. There you go. 29 short. Is it that one?
I think so,
That's the 5 minute.
but do you have a 1 minute of that?
Oh yeah, of course. That's the 1 minute.
Oh yeah, I think it was this one where it was kind of like this. Like the 5 minute was hitting the 50, right? And you're like, you wanted to get in over here.
Okay.
'Cause this is the
That's
1 minute, right?
that's the 1 minute, yeah.
But on the 5 minute, it was hitting the 50, and this one was above the 10. And I had told you to, okay, if you want to get in earlier and play the whole
Oh
leg
yeah, I remember, I
and play the
remember.
whole leg, you would
Hmm.
get in right here and then just write it with the stop above here, lock in 10 points or 5 points, whatever, and then attach it to the 50 or the 10 SMA.
Yeah,
If you would have attached it to the 10 SMA, you would have got stopped out right here.
all right, yeah.
And you still, uh, but you could have, in that case, you could attach it to the 50 and look, you probably would have caught a little bit more. Who knows?
But the 50 is so slow coming
It
down.
is, it is, it is.
Like like I felt too anxious because I would at one point I was up like 15 points, I think. And then the 50 was 8 point away. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm giving all that back. So
I tend to use a 21 EMA as a just like a trail stop.
okay.
It does pretty good. And that's the only thing I use it for. I don't use it for like a bounce play or anything like that. I used to, but not no more.
Okay. Oh, it's like right in the middle between the 10 and the 50.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I
Yeah.
see
I
why.
used to use it for the TTM. When I used to use the TTM really good, if
Mm-hmm.
price action was above the if price action was above the 21 EMA
Mm-hmm.
and there was red dots going off on TTM, it would so if price action was above the 21, just like I had said about data, if price action is above the 50 SMA, then it's most likely going to pop up. Same way with the TTM. If price action is above the 21 and the red dots are going off, price action is going to probably squeeze up.
Okay. Okay. And let me see. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, let me just close this trade. Let me just jump on Tuesday. Tuesday's date was the 26th. So my trade's on the 26th. 26, I think that's one of the trade that I took. That's on the 5-minute SPY. Okay, 5-minute SPY. This is where I entered. Like I do watch the SPY a lot, as you guys can see. I mean, I cannot just look at ES and then take trades. I have to see what the SPY is doing, especially because Connor has always taught us to use the SPY.
Yeah.
And it's only recently that I started looking at ES. So yeah, this is always and still my go-to.
And sometimes ES will bounce because of SPY. Sometimes SPY will bounce because of ES. Because there's a significant level on ES. So just you gotta weigh that in. And once you get used to it, it's kind of hard bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
That's why I like to just listen to what Connor and I mean, I have all the screens up. I have the VIX, the dollar SPY, and then I have ES up. But I pay attention to the VIX. The VIX lately has been a tall tale sign, especially when it opens up in a gap. Those gaps are big signals.
Okay. Just real quick, LasagnaCat, you see exactly, this is one of the trade. I mean, this week was a good week just because also we're going down. So we had the bearish cross on the 30-minute. So yeah, the 50 is above the 10 SMA. That trade, I took it here on the tag of the 10 SMA, kind of. But I was just looking at the 5-minute just to see what it's going to do, just so that I can time it perfectly. But I took the trade on the 1-minute, of course.
Yeah.
So that's how. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was paying attention to.
Yeah, it's cool. All the charts correlate. It's awesome.
So that is the 26th. Maybe if I can see it on ES, Semper can tell me if I had a good entry or not. The 26th, yeah, here's the 26 on ES. Yeah, here's that trade. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still in a lower high, still a lower trend. And that's good that you locked up right there. What's that at the 100 EMA?
Yeah.
And then you lost it and just see, like right here would have been a perfect trail stop on the 10 SMA, and with like 2 to 4 ticks above. So you would put it like right there. So right, and it could have kept coming down. Then you finally would have tagged out down there. But that's a good close too.
Yeah. Yeah, on this one, like I said, I closed it because I was just up. So I'm like, I can't give that back. That would be stupid for me to do that. So
yeah.
Even though I know I'm in sim, but I'm still trying to protect my sim money.
No, try to have like, okay, I want to catch with my strategy, I want to catch 5 points. Remember, we took you from 2 to 4 points. Now you're catching more, between 6 to 10 points, which is awesome. You're actually doing good. Where you're expanding, you're scaling up your targets. And you're only going to get that much better. But keep studying it, like, okay, what looked bearish? Why could I have stayed in? Instead of locking in where you locked in, okay, why? Because it looks like you in 2 candles. So this red candle right here is strong. It has selling pressure on the top with the full body on the bottom. So don't get out on a candle like that. I don't know if you got in because it broke that other moving average. Or what is that, VWAP? The one right here?
This one, that's my purple line. That's the 200.
And don't get tunnel vision right here. Look at what the moving averages look like. You know, if it's closing in, look at how steep the 10 was.
Okay.
And you see the 50 closing in on the 100, then okay, it's strong. Let me fucking get in. Because the first target should have been like right here. Because of this.
What? Okay, that's crazy. Okay. I mean, I don't
Only
know
only
how to look
because
left.
only because the moving averages were so tight right here. If the moving averages were more spread apart, then I would have told you, okay, lock it in at this moving average. Is this a 5 minute? No, that's a 1 minute.
That's the 1 minute. That's the
So I
one. I
bet
don't
you
know
if
if
you
I.
look at the 5 minute on this, the target down here would have lined up with something.
Sorry, I was
Go
trying
for
to
it.
get. I was trying to see if I had the 5 minute. Let me just put that on the other screen so that if you annotate.
Um, but yeah, when the moving averages are bunched up, look for a structure over here. Because that could be your target. Or like, let me lock in 50%. But no,
But
I'm not bashing your trade.
mhm,
I'm just trying to help you. Like, okay, next time you could catch a little bit more.
of course. But
Like,
my question is, why, how is that a target? Like you said to look left, like in this
yeah,
one.
market
Why? How is
structure
that?
right there. That's a big squeeze. So that is
Okay.
support.
So
Or,
I'm
or look, check it out. If you were using moving average, okay, if that looks strong, that broke it. Okay, let me just hold on until it breaks again. Okay, it broke it. Now where did I get out? I get out right here at the confirmation that it's still going down. But why would you get out if you're confirming that it's going
that is
down right
going
here,
down. Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So you can, because who knows? Maybe the next candle is gonna fucking squeeze up. Who knows?
That's it. Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I get the habit of locking in,
Yeah, but
I don't know.
that candle right
It's
there,
theirs.
like these three candles are strong.
Okay. I
They're
guess I was
full.
too
They're
scared.
they're full body. That's fine. Fine to get scared. You want to figure that out on sim before figuring it out live because
Yeah.
you might get scared and you might freeze. Remember, fight, flight, or freeze. You're gonna do one
Yeah.
of those. You're either gonna take a trade, you're gonna hesitate, or you're gonna just not fucking
Not do anything.
yeah.
Fight, flight, or freeze. Okay. So yeah, that was my day on the 26th.
You had mentioned that you were getting emotional or something. You had a question about.
When I mean, well, I get emotional for two things. One of the first things that get me emotional is when I'm up so many points and then I'm like, I see my target, it didn't reach the target yet, and I'm just looking at the screen like, should I close it? So one of the solution that I found was that when I'm trading right now, I kind of hide my PNL. So instead of having it like at the bottom left of my screen just to see if I'm up or down, I just hide it. The only thing that I'm looking is the points. Like all I want to know is that, okay, I'm getting 3-4 points or I got 5 points. Okay, that's good. Because the amount scares me whenever I see the amount. So right now I'm hiding my PNL just to kind of remove that little emotion
Yep.
while trading.
There's another book that I started reading that kind of dives deep into your emotional mindset, I guess. And it's
Okay.
called the Emotional Intelligence. Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Green.
Emotional
I
intelligence.
think Daniel Green. But look up emotional, you could probably Google
No,
emotional
I'm just writing it.
intelligence. Um yeah, it's kind of like the hour between a wolf and the dog, but it's just an emotional part
Mhm.
that might help you a little bit.
Yeah, it's Daniel Goleman. He's good.
Not only in trading, but in personal life too. Um,
Okay. I'll put that in my list because right now I'm done the books that I had to read, and I'm back to like making long phone calls when I'm in traffic. So
just remember this saying: earners or learners. Earners or learners. They you should
earners
be
or
reading.
learn.
You should be reading at least 25 books a year, or listening to 25 books a year. But
Okay.
seriously, it's all about
That's
personal growth, and you'll start to fucking open your eyes. It's gonna help you not only in trading, but it's gonna
Mhm.
translate to all your other stuff.
Yeah, again, same thing. Damn it, I'm trying to find a red trade. I was trying to find a red trade because I know I had a question somewhere. I wanted to know why I have that red trade. That's what I was looking for. Wait, that's my 1 minute. Wait.
You got 3 short trades right there.
Yeah,
There's
wait.
one
So
short
that's my
trade.
1 minute. Yeah, that's for my 1 minute.
I think that might have been your no, not red.
43.21, 43.20. No, it's no, it's good. I mean, well, yeah, that candle pushed me out, but I closed the rest. But yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think it faked me out here. Yeah, that candle happened right here. So
This trade you could have stayed in just because look at the 200 and the 666 just barely crossed. And they're all still pointing down. All of them. Look at
okay.
if this one was pointing up, remember the next one up top needs to point up too. So even though this one points up right here or whatever, how does the top one look? Does it look flat? If it looks flat, be cautious. If it's still pointing down, you're still like good. You're warm and fuzzy, right? Because you're like, oh shit, should I close out this trade? Maybe. But remember, your stop should have been up here. If you're getting in right there. Is that 5 minute? No, that's 1 minute.
That's my 1 minute.
So yeah, your stop
That's my
should have been
1
up here or even above the 100 EMA. And then you could have still stayed in. I don't know how it played out, but it could have been how.
minute. That's my one. Oh, okay, no, it's still on the one. I mean, I think yeah, I was doing scalp. I was just scalping some trades. I was getting in, yeah, getting in and then getting out. Especially these happen usually in the morning, like when the market just open. It's like quick trades for me.
Yep.
Okay, so that was my 27. Real quick, 28, 20, 27 on the 27. Yeah, maybe I need to have a folder. Maybe next time I'll have a folder for each day so that it's easier for me to see. Yeah, so
I
that's
use Greenshot. I don't know. It looks yeah. I use Greenshot and then it automatically every day it puts them into that it creates a folder for that day and it
yeah,
puts all the pictures in there automatically.
yeah, that's what I should do. Because if not, I have all the pictures in one folder, and then even though I do put a date on them,
Yeah.
after that, try to find which one you're looking for.
Yeah. No worries.
Well, on this one, that's what happened there. Yeah, so I entered. Yeah, it's exactly my strategy. That's my C setup, exactly there. So it reaches the 10 SMA on the 5 minute, and then I took it down. So this is what happened on the 1 minute here. As soon as I did tag, getting down, and then I covered at the bottom. I think that was 27. I think that's it for the 27. My best day, I had it yesterday. So I'm gonna show yesterday. Just so my best day was on the 28th. Boom. So yeah. So this is is that my first trade of the day? Yeah, that's my first trade of the day. Yeah, correct. So yeah, on this one, like yeah, I'll let you comment it, Semper.
It looks
Hello?
like your perfect trade,
Yeah,
right? Because you're
that's
666. You got it?
that's right. Yeah.
And then the 10 SMA when you got in was still kind of under the 50.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That was right before that cross, but I didn't believe in that cross either.
And then that red one is 200.
The
No,
red one
that's
is
was a
the 50.
100. The 50.
No, the red one is my 50.
No, that's cool. That that trade looks good to me. Except you should have probably put a fishing order at the 50.
To take profit or
Take
okay.
profit, and then right here attach this trail stop to the 10 SMA.
Yeah.
Put it like 2 or 3 ticks above it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do. Like, especially right now when I get on a move that early, that's like prior to the cross, I'd like to get, you know, much more points out of it. And on this one, like this is the classical case when I told you, you know, I start trimming right away. So I entered at 43.12 and then I started trimming on my way down. Like I could have gotten, I could have made much more points on this one. That's why I'm not
because it
happy
looks
about
like
it.
you only made like 3 points, 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, 42, yeah, yeah.
But
3-4
what
points.
was your goal right there?
Well,
Was that your first trade?
yeah, that was my first trade of the day. That's the 1
Uh,
5 minutes, which means
and
I
that
took it
could
on
be
the
good. Like,
5 minutes.
okay, let me get the first trade, get the jitters out, right? Let me get the jitters out, and then let me see how it forms. If you're gonna do that, you should at least be shooting 2 to 4 points,
Okay.
which you did, which is what, 2 to 3 you caught, 2 to 3 points.
Yeah, 3 points I got on this one.
Because it could have created a higher low right here and went up because it was bearish underneath the 50 RSI, but it looks like it was gonna go back up over. MACD was about to cross this, but it looked bearish to the downside. Do you know how it played out?
I don't remember, but I think I may have it. On the is it? Yeah, I think that's it. That's the
No, the
first time
moving
it
averages are different. Is that the 5 minute? Oh yeah,
this one
that's
is
the
the
5
5 minute.
minute.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the play on the 5 minute. Yeah, that's my first trade right here. There you go. It played out right here. You see, and then after that, that candle just went gigantic.
Yeah, you would have got smoked.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
But
have
look
gotten
at go back to the 1 minute. It's creating a higher low.
1 minute.
Yeah, here. Higher low.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's not something that I saw at all.
And if you go back to the 5 minute, go back. At base is right here. It created a higher. So look at your 5 minute. It looked like I inverted. Well, it looked like it was kind of ugly. Inverted head and shoulders.
Ugly.
But a falling wedge breakout. Falling
Wow.
wedge breakout right here.
Sheesh. I said this type of play,
It
I
could have been
play
like
them.
that.
I know they're quick trades. That's all I know. Like I just play them quickly.
That's good. Because look, it rejected the 666. And then it based. When it bases like this, it'll always come back and test that base. So look, it based. Where does it come back? Test that base.
Okay.
Now look, right here, this pullback is gonna trigger all these stop outs from the sellers. And then it's gonna cause a squeeze.
Yeah.
Because like the buying pressure is coming in on these two candles. So the buyers showed up right here. See this long buying pressure?
No, not yet. I
These
don't
long
see that.
wicks?
I don't see what you're pointing at.
These long wicks?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see
These
them.
long wicks right here. And then look, it started right here. When you see a long wick, start looking for a base. Right here, there's no long wicks, but the candles started getting smaller. Over
Mhm.
here, the buying pressure started coming in because all these long wicks. There was not one big seller wick, only that one. Only that one. And there's that right
I don't see
here.
that one you're pointing at, only that one.
This one right here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
This one.
Yeah.
That wick right there. But here's where the buyers start to come up because of this right here. So, and then the buying pressure, buying pressure. Okay. Where's resistance? Moving average. Okay, it's gonna pull back. And what do we call this? LasagnaCat, you should know.
First leg pullback.
Okay.
Fresh low breakout.
Oh, official breakout. Yeah. I was actually noticing that because it goes below that initial base that you pointed out and then the wicks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're a price action, look at falling wedge. You got the fresh low. It should break up. You got the RSI cross right here.
Mm-hmm.
Got the RSI cross right there on this candle.
Yeah.
You got the MACD cross on the next candle. Expect a squeeze up. The volume doesn't say squeeze on here, other than right here for this squeeze. Remember, volume gets sucked down, two little red candles or two little candles, and the green was bigger, so the buyers came in and won. When you start seeing this wick
Mm-hmm.
and you see candle development, this is what I'm talking about, candle development. Okay, this is buyers coming in and sellers taking profit, right? Because that's a big move. Well, I don't know. That's high frequency machines taking profit
Mm-hmm.
because the buyers came in right there, caused that big wick. And then look, came back down, more buyers. More buyers.
Yeah.
And then this was a breaker block where it would just take out everybody. Take everybody's money and then it's gonna squeeze.
Yeah, that's stupid when that happened. But like I said, I was just waiting to time it in order to bring it short. Okay. That was
Yeah,
my
and then this
20.
play right here where you got in up here,
Yeah.
you should have played it to one of these moving averages. The 200 at least. See how you got up
And
here?
yeah.
Put your target right here.
And that is regardless if you see the price reversing. Because I was scared that it's gonna break the 666.
But
Like
it didn't
that's
even come
especially that's
through.
the second attempt.
If this one
Okay.
was above it, then yeah, get scared.
Okay.
You know, if it broke like that or if it closed up here.
Yeah.
If it closed over here like this, oops, like that, then yeah, I would say be a little bit more cautious. But just
Mhm.
shite it, shite it, shite it. Remember, when it shies it, it's gonna come back to the next biggest moving average, which is the 200, and then
Yeah.
pop. Because then it has to pull up the 200 and drag down the 666. So it's doing this. It's pulling the
Oh.
666. I mean, it's
And
pushing
then
down the 666,
yeah.
pulling up the 200. So the 200 can go like this, right? And then
And
the
cross it.
666 can go like this.
Okay.
And price action, when that happens, price action is going to be closer to the 666. So it's creating like a squeeze point, right? When you squeeze something, like if you squeeze a spring, how do you know what side the spring's going? You don't know. Because if you hit it like a spring, like, I don't know, you just squeeze it together, right? It's creating all that tension, but because it's closer to the moving averages. And it's either gonna squeeze up or down, most likely
Mhm.
up, unless we have like a falling rising wedge break down. And the 50 RSI is below, and the RSI is below the 50 RSI. Then it might have a falling wedge, right? Oops. Let's just hypothetical like this, right? This probably wouldn't happen on this one because it's so close. Let's just say the 50 RSI is down here doing this. Then most likely this is gonna go down.
The rising wedge
Wedge.
breakout.
Yeah.
That's Cal. I think that's Cal's
Yeah.
A setup, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So um
That was my first.
just
That was my
just be
first one.
careful. But yeah, use a 200 because that'll be your first
Sure.
target, and then
Perfect. Yeah.
let it ride.
All right. So which means next time that I see it shies, let's say whatever the moving average that is
Yeah.
up top, if it shies it, that means it's trying to pull it down,
Yep.
right? And then if it shies it, that also means it's gonna tag the below or whatever the previous
Yeah.
moving average in
To
order to
gain
bring it back
strength.
up.
Yep.
Got it. Perfect.
That's
Okay.
just
All
the
right.
same like
See,
the
that's a
161.
little crumb I just got right there on this one. I was
That's
like,
like the
huh.
161 shy that pulls back down to the 100 fib for a push back up to smash through the 161. That's the
Say
same
that
play.
again. Say that again.
So if
That's
you're
the
using
one.
a fib,
Yeah.
right? Let's just say the 161 is right here and the 100 is right here,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
let's just say this is 0 and 50.
Yeah.
When it shies the 161 up here, so this is a 161,
Mm-hmm.
this is a 100. When it shies a 161, there's a fib play that says if it shies a 161, it's going to come down to the 100
Yeah.
and then bounce up to smash through the 161.
666. Okay.
And if it lines up like that, where it lines up with the 666, that much the stronger. But you don't use fibs, so
Yeah.
let's not even worry about that. But that's the same
Okay.
play for other
Okay.
players that use fibs. Is okay.
At least I know what it means, what it doesn't shy. I mean, when it shies the moving average, because you almost get a perfect tag and you're like, ugh, what the hell? Come on, man. So I think, okay, all right, that's a good explanation. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right. So that was my first and second trade on that day yesterday. Let me just see the 28th second. Let me just close that. Let me just close that. I think I have this one. Oh yeah, that was my red trade here. Is it my red trade? Sold. Yeah, that was my red trade. Yeah, that was my red trade. Yeah, there you go. Haha, found it. So yeah, that was a stupid red trade. But yeah, I got stopped out, whatever, because I mean, actually, basically, I entered at 43.19. I entered in this candle, so technically, this should have been my out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did get out too early.
You either could have got
Yeah.
out early.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got out too early.
Yeah.
You could have got in one candle earlier too, at a
I
better
got in
entry.
the trade.
Yeah,
Where exactly?
right here, right there.
Oh, okay, wow.
Right here. Remember, this is your high, lower
Mm-hmm.
high. Honestly, I wouldn't have recommended getting in there because that's not your play, right? Because it's not below the 10 SMA, not below the 10
But
SMA.
no, it says 5 minutes, so that was a 5 minute play. I was tired trying to time it on the 1 minute.
Oh, so then you would have got in over here then, right here.
Over here.
Yeah, because this is a pullback high, or this is a pullback high. And you could have got in right
Sheesh.
here.
Okay.
Either way, same entry, right?
Yeah.
You could have got in on any of those candles. You could have got in on this candle, on that candle, or that candle,
Okay.
right? Because that's your play. That's your fucking grade A setup. Or no, that's your
Yeah.
grade B because it's not, you don't got the 1050 cross down here.
That's right. That's right.
But you get in it from the 5 minute, right?
Yeah, for the
So the
5.
5 minute, look for the first leg pullback. So you got your first leg. It's a small leg,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you got this, and then you got the pullback. So if you thought, because this was not here, right? None of this was here.
No.
You would have thought that was your high. You would have got in right here with the stop above there. I would have put it up above market high, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
But
would
I
have
thought, I
put it
mean,
right there.
I thought this was, yeah, okay. Okay,
Look,
yeah,
you're
you're right.
timing it on the 5 minute. Remember, the 5 minute could have tagged the 10 right here or whatever moving average it tagged, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, that's my entry. That's my signal on the 5 minute. Let me look at the 1 minute. Okay, it looks too high still. It can get reversed on the 1 minute. So I'm gonna look for a first leg pullback or a lower high. Here's a lower high. You could have got in right there with the stop above the day high. If this was a
Okay.
high,
Yeah.
you would have entered up here or stopped out,
Let me
right?
just see this one. Yeah, I think that's what is it? No, that's still on the 1 minute. Okay, never mind. I thought that was the 5 minute. I wanted to see what it looks like on the 5 minute because I was trying to time like the top as well. So it did that move, and then after that it did fell. So I was looking for the fell. That's what I was looking for. But I was just trying to see. I thought I had the 5 minute. Um, yeah. Okay. No, I thought I had the 5 minute on ES. No, I don't.
But either way,
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sure that would help you time it. So if
Mm,
you want to get in on the 1 minute, then look for that first lower high, and then look for the entry.
mhm. Yeah. I don't.
Any
I think
questions?
that's kind
Anybody got questions?
No. So overall, so far, like I gotta say, I like the program. Like the learning, like you always think but at the same time, when you're tweaking stuff, and especially on the result that I've been getting, like I said, I've had much more greens than I have red. And I think that has to do with two major things, I'll say. One was deciding to just play one side. Like
Awesome. Yeah.
just that, I was like, wow, just one freaking side. So I decided to go short.
And like
And
I told you, remember in the beginning, I was like, you're gonna gravitate to one side or the other. At first, you're like, no, I'm gonna play long and short. I was like,
yeah, I think that
you
was the greediness in me talking when I said I
you're kind
want
of being
I want to
stubborn. I was like,
go.
all right, we'll figure it out. We'll roll with it. And then you start to figure out when you're taking long trades, you're getting burnt. And
Yeah.
then I was like, dude, you nail the shorts, you get burnt on the longs. What does that tell you? You're a short player,
Okay.
you know?
You
And
can
you're
give
gonna gravitate whether you think so or not. You're gonna have better odds
Yeah.
going one way or the other.
you have all
Like
the time in the world to start doing long plays. Like you can do long plays a little further down the road. Like I'm starting to do short plays now. Like I've been a long player, like going through the process with Semper for the last few months, and I was a long player predominantly before that. But now, you see, I'm starting to use your setup because I've been following along, and this is like something for all the members here and anyone watching this video is to watch people go through this process. Tune in on Fridays and watch, because you can watch their setups and how they make sense and how they get refined over time. Because I was following your setup on Sim Easy, and this
Mhm.
week It was yesterday or the day before. I don't know, I have recaps. It was, I don't know. Yeah, it was yesterday. I caught two scalps using your setup. And so the first two times I used them live, I they were green trades. And my targets were modest because like that's what Semper was talking about, like start out with small targets. So since I'm only beginning to use this live, like yesterday, I was looking
Yeah.
at small targets. One of them was 2.5, but the next one I did was 4.75 points,
Oh
almost
yeah.
5 points. Yeah, so it was fucking killer. And I've got the recaps, and it's just like it's awesome. Like watching you
Perfect.
progress has opened my yeah, man, it's opened my eyes to my like your setup is something that I can use to start trading short. And that started happening for me this week.
What did I tell you, LasagnaCat, when we ended your little
Mhm.
series? Is I want to get a short player in here so our short game can get that much better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm seeing something like even on this screenshot right here, easy, like this last trade that you got, which was a really dope trade. And I'm
Mhm.
wondering if this was part of your trade that you got under RSI 50 and it bumped up to RSI 50 and came down. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Before on that green candle,
Let's see
Yeah,
here.
right here.
I think it's
All right there.
Oh, this one
yeah,
right here.
this
Yeah,
one
that
right
one right
there.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and so
Yeah,
it's like,
that's exactly what happened.
and so I got to use the circle tool because my drawings freehand suck so bad.
Already
So
improving.
already improving. So it's like looking at watching your recaps is really educational for me because it's like I look at this one and I understand exactly how you did what you did. And I saw how it like lines up with like what I have circled there. This the RSI 50, which I use a lot. And this shit works. And on my recaps from using your system, I've got my system all over it as well. And the two mesh together. It's just that, it's going short now. And now I'm starting to go short.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see, and that was one of the main reasons why this side group, or we call out pop out or bust out or whatever group, is where we can get together and talk. Let's just chit chat about each other's strategy, because like I said, there's Pete the Cat that likes to trade Keltner bands. That's something new to me. I've never used Keltner bands, and
Yeah.
him bringing that forward is like, oh shit, now I get more insight. Because I don't like hating on any type of trader. I'm not
Mm.
hating on support demand, uh, supply and demand zones, support resistance, price action. I'm not hating on anybody, because what I've come to realize is that they all kind of have the same concept. And if you follow the rules of the strategy, you're going to be successful no matter what you trade. But what I've liked about it is when the strategies line up together, they're that much stronger. So
Correct.
if you're using a moving average with the standard dev and they line up, that's something that I noticed when Connor and Brandon started talking about their strategies. We got Connor, who has Anchor VWAP strategy. They lined up with um Brandon's daily trendline strategy. There were levels that just lined up, and you're like, well, I can trade both strategies. Some people might not get Brandon's strategy, because it came from the premium side and they like standard def. So just add it. Just like, okay, when I know, like, let's say one trade doesn't line up with Brandon strategy, but the standard dev lines up with Brandon strategy. You're like, oh shit, this trade gives me a little bit more confidence to get in because we have two strategies that line up together. Yeah, and
Nice.
I don't want you to get overwhelmed learning all these strategies. Just like LasagnaCat, he fine-tuned his strategy. Now he's
Mhm.
adding a second strategy, but he's not messing up his strategy at all. And then Easy, you're gonna find another strategy, whether it's Pete's strategy or another member's strategy that you
Mhm.
gravitate to and you
I'd
like.
like to get Cal's strategy. His
Yeah.
A-trade setup seems to be solid as well.
So yeah, and that's how we trade as a team together. We keep each other
Mhm.
out of trouble because you might see something that I might not see, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And you know, you prevented me from getting in long when you're going in short and you're like, oh shit, let's see, you know.
Okay.
But
And
what was the second thing you learned, or did you just say
okay,
that?
so the first thing, like I said, was like deciding on a direction that I should be trading, either long or short. And the second thing was my entry. Like, I mean, I learned the entry first, but these were the two things, the most crucial thing that I'm like, blessed for right now. Like the
Nice.
entry is so important because as soon as you enter a trade, if it start going against you, your hormones start going up, your this start going up, you're freaking stressing, you're like
Yep.
looking left and right, trying to find a reason to stay in the trade. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, just the fact that I can go in a trade and then just, I don't know, like maybe I'll go red, but for like 2 points or 3 points or whatever. But most of the time now, when I enter a trade, yeah, my trade goes green. So and that's why I start trimming it right away. I'm like, oh shit, I'm already seeing green. So when I start seeing green, I start taking some profit.
Yeah.
So I am just happy about the entry system. It's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing.
Nice. I'm glad
And
that you're happy with your progress.
I
And
am.
now that we know your second weakness, which is holding on to trades, we can work on that.
Yeah. Like, yeah,
Um,
of course, that's what I need help. Like I need to start trimming once I break a level, like
yep.
once I
Or
break a
target.
moving average or target. Yeah, there you go. That's what I need to learn how to do properly.
Because
Like,
look at this trade. Let's just say it broke right here, you entered right here, and your target's right here. Your target should have been one of these moving averages, one of these ones.
correct. Yeah.
First, remember, you take it in levels. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna shoot for this one. No, you're like, where might be the first catch point? Right here.
Either the 200 or yeah, 50
Yeah,
SME.
exactly. You got
Yeah.
two lined up right there, right? So you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking, fuck, that's gonna be strong support. Let me lock in 75% right there,
Yeah.
right? Because look at what happened over here. On this side, it stair stepped, boom, hit it. Okay, stair step to the next moving average, hit it, right? And then look, another stair step, hit it, right? And then
Yeah.
they hit it one
Yeah.
more time. Once it runs out of moving averages to step on, it can't catch any. It's either gonna force up and scam up, or it's gonna run out of steam. These little candles
Yeah. That was
tell
before
you,
the bell. That's what I was timing.
those
I
little
mean, what I was
candles tell
watching.
you that it's running out of steam because look, it has a pullback, boom, perfect, pullback, and then they just started getting really small and sideways. So you're thinking, okay, it's a top. It's a top, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Same like over here, look, they started overlapping. Over
Yeah.
here, they weren't overlapping much. You see that? Right here, yes. But that's already over here. Over here, they started overlapping, and then they're running out of steam. Um, so your target should have been here, and you could have attached a moving average 2 ticks or 4 ticks above the 10 SMA, and you would have got stopped out anywhere in these two candles. And
Yeah.
look at that, you would have
That's
caught 4 or 5 points more
extra. Yeah.
extra. And guess what? After this, you don't give a fuck,
Because you're
right?
green no matter what.
Exactly. You entered up
Don't give
here,
a fuck.
right? You entered up here. You lock
Yeah.
in right here. Once you lock in, that should give you the confidence. Okay, I'm gonna attach a trail stop. I'm
Yeah.
getting out green no matter what.
That's it. That's it. That's what I like. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. I
just
like that.
chill out. Just you can fucking go to work. Because no matter what, you're gonna get stopped out. I mean, you're gonna get profit stopped. That's what I call
Mhm.
profit stop. Because you're gonna end up green no matter what. And it's still above your original target.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this week, mess around like hitting your target, make a target, which is like a target range, right? When you go to the range and you can't shoot at the 100 yards, where do you start?
Yeah.
Let me cut back to the 50 yard.
That's right.
Let me cut back. Let me get my aim in at the 50 yard, and then I'll be able to hit the 100 yard target. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get a 50 yard target and let the rest ride because you're just gonna get used to hitting the 100-yard target down here.
Yeah, okay. So which mean like I'm gonna try now to focus on taking profit when it reached the target, when it reached, let's say, the 50
Yep.
SMA or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, now that I can
Yes,
put
sir.
that into my head, I'm gonna freaking do it. That's it. That's all.
Now laser your exits out, right? We lasered your entries because that's
Yeah.
most of the time that is traders' hardest thing to perfect is the entries. I had the same issue. I had my entries and my stops. Those were two of my biggest issues. I had to use the fibs. And like I told everybody, the fibs are just the training wheels. For me at that time, they were just training wheels. Like the moving averages are your training wheels because that's all you're using, right?
Yeah.
So your training wheels. After that, you probably won't have to. You're gonna get used to seeing price action a certain way. You may or may not want to use moving averages.
Okay.
But that's later when you let me once I already
Not
got
there yet.
this once I got this moving averages set up, okay, let me go study price action. Let me
Right.
see if I could just study a naked chart.
Mm.
And then when you mash the two together, right? You're gonna get price action. You're gonna learn how to read price action, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit. When it lines up with the moving average, it's that much stronger and it's that much bigger of a move.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna make you that much more patient, waiting for that move to happen.
Okay.
But take it slow. We're gonna have another person, another member, hopefully volunteering to, hopefully it's a different strategy, whether it's
Yeah.
standard dev. We don't have a standard dev strategy. We don't have a Kettler band strategy, a support and demand or
I would love to see support and
demand,
demand.
supply and demand strategy,
Yeah.
um, or standard dev strategy or anchor VWAP strategy. You know, some people
Okay.
don't get the anchor VWAP because it's just like it's too much to take in, and it is. It's a lot. It's a lot. But you're just sharpening the tools and adding more tools to the toolbox. That's all you're doing, right?
It'd be great to see someone who's really good at using fibs to the downside. I'd like to see that,
Yeah,
because most of us fib players are what do you call it? Long players.
Long player.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the more short players we get in, like let's just keep rotating, right? Let's get a long different strategy. Let's get a short strategy. Okay, the next is a long strategy, but we're not gonna know because that trader is gonna gravitate to one side, one or the other, unless they already know that they're better at longs. Me, I knew I was better at longs. I could not see for the life of me. I could not see short plays for the
The
longest
life.
time. For like 6-7 years, I could not see short plays at all. For some reason, I don't know. My shit's fucking rewired. But now I can see short plays. I can see like, hey, easy, there's your short play. Right? And you're like, oh shit, there it is. I'm gonna take it. I'm in. But yeah, that's
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, that was my last trade. That's it. That was and as
Lasagna.
usual on Friday I don't really trade, so I just have fun.
Awesome.
But
That's the way it
that's
should
it.
be. You should be
Yeah.
where you're just fucking trading even Tuesday through Thursday.
Mm.
If you're trading more than that, then you can still make money, but man, if you can make what you're making as a salary for your work in 3 days, then why fucking trade those other 2 days, right?
Right.
Don't get
Like
greedy.
they,
That's when people get fucked up.
yeah.
LasagnaCat, I don't know if you want to share any trades or if anybody wants to share trades or have any questions on easy strategy or of any of the stuff we've talked about today. Hopefully you guys got some value um, talking today, talking about easy strategy. Like I said, I mentioned emotional intelligence book. Um, this is the first time I've heard of that guy. Um, but from what I heard from another trader on YouTube is that he helps you out with the emotional side of trading. Connor also has a emotional trading book or not book, video. where he talks about a cup of coffee. You know, you can afford to buy a coffee every day. That's what you want to be. You want to be able to just accept the fact that you might lose a cup of coffee every day or whatever it is, right? Whatever you can afford to lose. If you can afford to lose 20 bucks a day, then just risk 20 bucks a day. Start small. You want to gain that confidence. And I've noticed it with LasagnaCat after 4 weeks. I noticed it with Easy after a few weeks, where they get their confidence and they're getting their targets and their entries lasered in and their stops lasered in. So if you're struggling with the strategy, no matter where you're from, reach out to me and I'll try to help you out, modify or tune up your strategy.
And I can tell you from my experience, which like Semper just alluded to, is that like for anyone who like has a hard time with entries, my entries were really wacky before I went through the process with Semper, and now my entries are like really, really good. And like I now trust myself to make good entries, like nice entries, like 80% of the time. And I'm not saying my trades work out 80% of the time, but I know that 80% of the time or more, I'm entering where I should enter according to my strategy. And my stops are small. So it's, you know, so like, and I mentioned those two. I've improved vastly in pretty much all areas, but like those two that I just mentioned are two that tend to really confound traders. It's like, oh man, my stop, I keep lowering my stop is fucked. It's like we can take care of that here. Like, my entries, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I was there like 100%, and now like I'm like, yo, entries, I know where they are. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
No
But
hesitation. They're right in front of me.
can you guys attest that, hey, once you lasered in your entries, you don't have to worry about your stop,
No, it's seriously.
right?
Seriously, because you're already making money. You can just stop after one tick and then you're like, I'm done for the day. It's much better than whatever you're getting at the bank right now in your interest account. So I love it.
Yeah,
A lot of mine right now, when they start like gaining speed, and I start doing green, I just like I just move my stop. I just profit stop. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? It's like I don't even do a stop that's underneath my entry. Like a lot of them, I'm
yeah,
just like, I know I'm fucking green, so I'm just gonna like put like there'll be a stop above my entry, but like it's gonna be my target. I'm just like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I completely take myself out of danger as much as possible, and it starts being very relaxed.
yep. And that helps with the emotional side. It just compounds, right? If you have your laser entry, it's gonna help with your emotional side of trading, your confidence and all that stuff is just gonna be that much better.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do is help build your confidence in your strategy, help build your uh or even help build a strategy if you're new, right? Um
Like,
if you're brand new, I recommend going through some lessons and understanding what a RSI is, what a MACD is. Brandon has YouTubes out there. They're awesome. And that's exactly how we all use them here. Um, so do some research if you're brand new, how moving averages, um, the RSI, MACD, TTM. I think he has all those videos out there. The moving average, you'll have to join the elite members. But we're here to help you out with whatever strategy. If you're using a totally different strategy, we're here to help. Uh, and hopefully easy here. We got 3 more weeks together and then we'll let you
3 more weeks.
set you
Oh my
free.
God.
We're gonna
Okay.
set you free and let you fly.
Okay.
But at
I'm
least you'll have
itching
the
to start.
foundation, you'll have your strategy, and best of all, you'll have that confidence going in.
Yeah.
So if something happens to us, hey, you're gonna be good to go.
Nothing will happen to anyone, but yeah, I will be good to go.
You'll be,
That,
you know,
yeah.
you won't need us,
I need confidence
but
in my
but
exit now.
but we trade better as a community and we trade better as a team.
Yeah.
Because like I said, everybody has different perspective on the chart. Somebody can be short, I can be long and be like, oh shit, okay. Can you explain to me what you see short? Okay. This is what I see long. I think it's gonna go long. We either get in and we place our bets, or it prevents us from one of us from getting in, right? Um, but we learn from each other. That's the best part. Is okay. It went long this time. Okay, next time it might go short for you. But what did you see? And then we can collaborate. That's the best part, is collaborating together to make each other better. So yeah, if nobody has anything else to share, let's call it a day right there. Uh, like I said, easy. Concentrate on your targets
Yeah.
and keep paying attention to market psychology. You want to get that. You want to get that lasered in. Remember,
Okay.
pre-market. I don't know what time you wake up, but at 5:30, 8:30 Eastern time, when data is released, try to pay attention where price action is before, even if you're not up.
Yeah.
Go back, scroll back and be like, okay, price action was above the 50 SMA and it pulled back down to the 50 and it squeezed up, or vice versa. Just take notes of that. Pay attention what happens there, and then what happens at the open, because you say you don't like to trade the open. And then what happens between 8 a.m. My time, or Pacific Standard Time, and 10:30 Standard Time, or Pacific Standard Time. Check where price action is right there, or if it's in the uptrend, it's gonna do the reverse during power hour. If it doesn't, then it might do it the last 10 minutes. Right? If it dumps the last 10 minutes, what's gonna happen on the after hours? There's either gonna be continuation down, or it's gonna pop up to half candle retrace if it's a full body. There's all kinds of different things, and we could get into that in a few weeks.
Okay, perfect. By the way, I have a question on this one. Just like you mentioned, right? So that I can practice my exit. I'm just gonna put this a bit bigger. So, damn it, it's not big enough. Wait.
Just hit the
Just
square
gonna
right
put
here
it
on the
under.
right.
Okay, so you see it right here. Okay, what I'm trying to show you is that trick, even though I entered in the 1 minute, but this is the trade on the 5 minutes. So I was watching the 5 minute. Where should be my first target? The 50 SMA here on the 5 minute, or the 50 SMA here on the 1 minute?
See if they line up. What price was it on the? It says 43.40.
43.40, and this one was 43.41. So okay, kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So that gives you
Okay.
a zone. That gives you a zone right there. But remember, you got to take it in steps, right? So one zone. Hold on.
But those zone, am I still looking on the 1 or on the 5 minute? That's what I want to know.
I would look on the 1 minute. So let's say it's right here, right? The zone. See what price action does on the top zone. If it busts through, then most likely it's going to go down to the bottom zone. But if it tags and it wicks up,
yeah,
then okay, next candle you might want to profit, lock in some profit there and let some ride. Because
so
over
even though
here,
I entered on the 1 minute because of the 5, I'm still looking at the 1 minute for like a potential resistance or a target.
and that's where I'm saying the 5 minute is better if you use market structure for targets, especially if you're entering in on the 1 minute. Because look, you have this target, right? And then you have this target down here, the moving average.
Yeah, exact, correct.
Right? Because you entered up here or whatever. You entered on this candle.
Yeah.
So you got this target or that target, and that's a 5 minute.
Yeah.
So the 5 minute, that's a lot of points. That's what, almost 6 points. 6 points from here to like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
that's 6
48 to 42. Ask yourself, is that how much you want to take or take profit? If it's 6 points, then lock in right here. So what's that? Your first target right there is a 5 minute, right? You're gonna look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's 43.50. So you go to the 1 minute, and it's right there. So
Yeah,
and it
it's like
lines up
the
right
50
there.
SMA on the
It's
one
like right
minute.
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then that should be your target.
Okay, so I have, so that was my question then. Because like I said, the trade is based on the 5 minute chart, even though
Yep.
I entered on the 1 minute, but I have to look at the 5 minute for the target because that's where my entry was.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm trying to line it up with the 1 minute, but
But the 1 minute
still.
can tell you like, okay, there might be a bounce, right? Because right
Yeah,
here,
correct.
if the moving averages are all up on top of the 6, then this can be a bounce right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That candle could have been a bounce if all the moving averages were on top over here of the 666. Or they are, right? They are.
Yeah, they are actually. But at the same time, it's just that it follows it. It's like my A setup on the
Mm-hmm.
5 minute, right?
Yep.
That's the only thing I worried about. I was like, oh, okay, then I should go short.
Yeah, exactly. So go short. And then your second, lock in 50, 75%. Remember, you're concentrating on your first target, locking in
Yeah.
50% or 75. You're messing with four targets. You can do 3 targets, lock in 3 right here.
Okay.
Just for
And then
now, right?
yeah.
When you go up to 8 targets, if you do awesome next week, you're gonna go up to 8 target or 8 contracts.
But okay, wait. Question. Real quick on this one. Like, even you're saying that I'm gonna increase and increase. I don't have the account size. Like even when I start trading to play with 8 contracts.
No, that's
Is
fine. But
that's fine?
you're
Okay.
still gonna have that system to be like, okay, I when you go to your live account, just like me,
Yeah.
I didn't trade ES right out the gate. I didn't trade. I started with $600. I wasn't even trading 10 contracts with MES until I built up my account up to 6
Okay.
grand.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
You know,
Got
so
it.
you're gonna build up your account, and when you're ready, you're gonna be like, okay, now I can scale up. I feel comfortable. There's not all this pressure. I don't want you to be all fucking like, oh fuck, I got 8 contracts that I gotta do. No, you don't have to do 8 contracts.
Okay,
You
all
don't
right.
feel comfortable with live money. I know that's a lot of fucking money. That's like $400 a point.
Yeah, I can do that. I
Um,
cannot
a
do
point,
that.
like that's a lot of fucking money.
A point.
Um, but
Okay.
you're gonna get there, and when you're ready, when you have your account size, you're not gonna be freaked out with the amount of money you're gonna be making. Because the first time you hit it, you're up with 4 ES contracts. Even when you start ES, if you're an MES trader and you build up your account, your smart account, and then you go to ES and you're trading 1 ES contract, because that's what I did. I
Mhm.
went to MES, I built up all the way to 10 contracts. Not to build up to 10 contracts, but that's what I want to be able to trade in ES, right?
Okay.
So once I went to ES, I had to build up to 12 grand to be able to trade 1 ES and be able to hold overnight if I wanted to swing. So that's
Okay.
when I went to ES and I restarted over again. When I was
All
trading
right.
ES, my daily goal was $600 with 1 ES contract. Remember, I started with 1 MES contract with 25 gold, and then I moved it up to $600 with 10 contracts. So I was already
Yeah.
used to hitting it.
Okay.
And what's 10 MES? 10 MES is what? 1 ES contract,
Okay. Okay. All right.
right?
Got
So
it.
I was already
Yeah.
used to making $600 in MES. So instead, okay, now I was risking 10 MES. Okay, that equals 1 ES. Okay, I'm confident enough that I feel confident to trade 1 ES contract. And
Okay.
then I build it up again. And now I'm up to 8 to 10 contracts on ES,
All right.
making 400 to
Uh,
$500 a point.
that would be my 2026
And you
goal.
don't you don't
No.
freak out, you know what I'm saying? You make fucking 6 grand and you're like, oh shit.
1.5 goals.
9 grand you make, fucking, you're not all spazzing out. You can lock in fucking 5 minutes.
Spazzing out.
Remember, because you're gonna fight, flight, or freeze. You're either gonna
Yeah.
close out, you're gonna freeze and not do anything, or you're gonna fucking just let it ride.
Like flight or freeze. Sheesh.
And that's what I'm trying to get you used to. Right now, yeah, you don't have the
The account
amount,
size.
but
Yeah.
you're gonna slowly build up to it. And by that
Okay.
time, your confidence should be laser, like fucking in the zone. I'm fucking ready to kill fucking this shit.
Perfect.
That's what I'm
Got it.
building. That's what I'm building you up to.
All right.
Slowly but surely, you know. The tortoise wins the race, not the hare.
Okay.
Every trader comes in as a hare. Oh, I want the money, I want the money, I want the money. That's not how this shit works. You gotta fucking take it slow. It's just like going to college. I'm sure if there's any doctors, lawyers, whatever, they don't fucking become lawyers in a year or two.
Mm.
But with you
Takes time.
or with anybody, I'm trying to speed that process up. That's what I'm trying to do. But you got to start off straight. You have your strategy, right? And now I'm trying to perfect it so you can fucking use it to how it's supposed to be used in the way that you do it. I don't tell you, oh, do your entries because that's the way that I do it. I said, this is how I use this is what I use to fix my entries. See if they work for you. If not, let's try to find something that works for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Got it.
let's worry on those targets. We're gonna scale you up on points. Remember, we scaled you up on contracts. Now we're gonna scale you up on points.
Points.
So you're gonna get more points.
Target
Hide your
the moving
P&L.
averages.
Hide your P&L. Don't look at that until you're done for the day.
Okay.
Don't even look
Right.
at it. Because that just puts more like, I haven't hit my daily goal. I can't, like, not just whatever it is. The daily goal is not to be put pressure on you. The daily goal is there's like, it's like a confidence booster, right? You hit your daily goal fucking 5 days in a row. You're like, hell yeah, I'm fucking green. You're going happy into the weekend. And you want to bring that up, happy and confidence coming in on Sunday and on Monday. And that's how this shit works. Positive energy, confidence, and just putting in the hard work. Putting in the hard work. This shit doesn't come easy for sure. So I'll help you with your entries, help you with your exits, help you with your targets, and help you with the candle development, price action. I'm learning as I'm teaching you guys, I'm learning as well. And I'm sure other members are as well. Like LasagnaCat mentioned, he's being an awesome short. I said, don't even worry about short. When we get a short member doing the finding your way, we're gonna get better at shorts.
Yeah, and actually, on that note, do you guys want to see the couple that I did yesterday? A couple shorts, and just
let's do it.
let me know if I'm doing them all right. All right, cool.
Right.
I'll start a new share. It's 2 really small ones, but I want to see. Actually, the second one wasn't small. The second one was medium. So let's see. Let's see.
Well, thank you, Semper. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, bud.
Guess I can't wait. I can't wait, and I can't wait.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I'm really happy for you, Easy. I love seeing the progress. It's so great. And here's where I tried to did my best to adopt your strategy. So like the pink moving average is my 50, and this blue one here is my 10. So the 10 was under the 50, and my thesis was this. I saw a failed W play here. Nice W, but it failed. So I was all right. Like, since this W failed, maybe it'll give me a nice lower high, which it did. And it pulled back real nice to the 10 SMA. You know what I mean? And then like I saw that blue TTM down here was failing. The long side TTM is failing. And so I was like, yeah, cool. And I saw the RSI was underneath the 50, and it had spent a lot of time underneath the 50. So I was like, oh shit, let me see if I get that pull back. All right. And I saw the pullback high, and I entered right here where it was 1 tick below the body of the pullback high. It ended up screwing around a little bit, But I saw my
Yeah.
Bollinger Band up here and all that, and I didn't sweat it at all because I was like, all right, my stop is going to be here, so fuck it. What is that, like a 0.75, point and a half? I can do
Yeah.
that. You know, piece of cake. And so it's like, let me take a short. I felt really confident about it, by the way. And like,
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love
And
it.
easy. Look at that. Something that you don't use, but other members might use is a Head and Shoulders. Look.
oh, no
Oops.
doubt. Foul W turned into a Head and
Yeah.
Shoulder.
Right
Right.
here.
Wait, the beer headed. Oh, okay. Wow. You had to draw it for me to see that.
You'll get better. I'm sure
Nice.
if we get a price action or a pattern trader in here, you'll get good at that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
nice.
stuff. You know, it's just like anything else in this pursuit. It's like it becomes it becomes apparent after a while. Like
Yep.
all this stuff becomes apparent after a while. One thing after another, you begin to see it. You know, it's really a very cool thing, and it happens to be to me more and more, which is what enabled me to do this short, which I was really happy about. And check it out, like I saw that the Bollinger Band was flattening out here, so I was like, all right, let me take my 2.5 points. But check it out, the move that I caught actually ended down here where
Yeah,
it confirmed my falling wedge trend line to go up,
Yep.
that's right.
which is pretty fantastic. And down here, dude, that was like from here to here, that was like a good 6 points, maybe even a little bit more.
Yep.
So that's a great one. Totally
Mhm.
happy with it. Haha, I didn't play this wedge breakout, by the way, but it was there. So thank you, Easy and you know, and Semper for you know, working with each other through this setup development. You know, it's giving me another setup. It's lovely.
Hell yeah.
That's nice.
And so you guys, there's another one over here too, and I'll tell you my little idea behind this one. So this was like 5 points or 475, something like that. So what I had was this. This trade has a lot of easy in it, and it has a lot of Semper in it too. I'll show you guys why. So we got a 666 rejection right here,
Yeah.
a lower high below that, and then another lower high below that. And I was already thinking, if I get my 10 to cross under the 50, which it did here, a fresh cross, and we get another pullback high, I'm going to see about getting in. And that's exactly what happened. So like, and it's what, right? It's awesome. And like, this is what I see about my entries right now being good. I planned this entry back here on the first trade, completely followed it. And this is where Semper and price action and Doji's like, Semper has showed me to always pay attention to dojis, like where they happen. And you can't really see it, but there's a doji, perfect doji right here, which is why I later on drew this orange line, because this did come into play later on in the day too. That's the power of dojis, as Semper has showed me time and time again. So yeah, man, when I saw that next pullback high and I saw this doji, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to take
Contract.
as soon as it goes 1 or 2 ticks below that doji, I'm getting in. I don't know how I nailed this exit. It might be because it's coming to this prior support. I was like, you know what? When it starts fucking around with this bottom, I'm just getting out. I think that's what I
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
And you know, it's the same deal. I saw bullish TTM showing nothing. And I saw you know, RSI was tickling the bottom of the 50. I mean, I had no idea that this was, you know, going to turn into sort of like a lower, what you know, a lower low breakout.
Yeah.
But for the thesis of the trade and where I was aiming to take it, it worked beautifully. And like I saw the whole trade plan right before my eyes, and it's because Easy, I've been following your process through this, and it's and you know, and you and Semper have just been killing it in showing us how to do this.
Yes. In my case, just real quick, me, like, I don't know, Semper, you can correct me on this one. When I see a big red candle like this, especially as soon as I enter a trade, it scares me because I know it can reverse, because the faster I see the move, the faster it can reverse. So I
Yeah.
usually locked in profit and then just, you know, I call that play. For me, that play would be over just
Right.
because it happened so fast and then I made so much money in like 5 seconds. I
Yep.
usually just close them.
Pay,
That's a habit.
pay attention to that candle. I
Yeah.
know this candle don't do anything, but definitely that candle right there. There's a lot of, remember, I don't know exactly a breaker block, but right here is a bunch of orders because it's squeezed out so fast, right?
Yeah.
So right there is a bunch of orders that didn't get filled. That didn't get filled. So they still have them out right here. So a bunch of these orders are gonna get filled right here.
Oh, and how could you tell that they didn't get filled here?
Because it's like, from what I've researched, a breaker block candle is like this. A wick up top and an equal wick down here. Sometimes it's a little bit longer either way, but that's like a breaker block.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a doji. Think of it like a doji. And look at right here, here's another breaker block. So when you see candles like that,
Oh
wait for it
shit.
to come back, and look,
Oh
the
shit.
buyers came back and it squeezed. Some
Yo.
people
I
might
like it.
call that a demand zone or whatever.
Yo.
But that guy, insider trader or
Uh-huh.
inner circle trader,
Right.
he's the one that teaches that. Um, and I was like, oh, now I get it. And that's why sometimes there's a fresh low breakout, because there's these guys right here, this block right here,
Mm-hmm.
right? A fresh low, boom, it's gonna hit all this and it's gonna take them.
Yeah. Well,
So just pay attention.
that was another thing I noticed about this trade. It was kind of like one of Easy's last what do you call it? Recaps, was that it had created like this zone of basing, like going all the way back here in
Hmm.
like this big square, and then it did the fresh low breakout underneath that area
Yep.
over to
Yeah.
the right. So that's just a little something that I'm going to look for going on into the future, and I'm going to keep my eye on
Yep.
these big breaker guys. Um, it just seems awesome. But in
That or
general,
dojis, because look, even right here, there was one right here, and look, this one and this one. You know, there's gonna be a squeeze point right here if we get above that level.
yep.
And
Yeah.
look at what happened.
Not only that, dude, but you mentioned a little while ago that one of the things that you used as a squeeze indicator was red TTM forming when price action is above the 21. That's my
Yep.
gold moving average. And it was also a falling wedge breakout.
Yep.
Perfect confirmation with the breaker box.
Awesome. I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that Easy doesn't use. But
Mhm.
I explained it and people didn't really like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Right.
We just don't get it.
Oh,
But
this is the perfect example. See the red dots?
Yeah.
So check it out. Sellers are still in control. Sellers are still in control because this wave didn't beat out this wave over here, right? This
Okay.
wave right here, this buyer wave, is smaller than this one. But then the squeeze dots start to come out. Look at on basis, when there's basing, look for the dots. This seller wave could not beat out this buyer wave, which is shitty. And you know it's a base. You got this block right here. You know there's gonna be a squeeze. And then look, right here. These two little candles, and then that
Oh
candle.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So far, I've been noticing the two little candles you're talking about.
Good. Pay attention to those. Anybody watching this, when there's a squeeze, the volume gets sucked down. Look at it, get sucked down, and then bam, there's a squeeze.
yep.
They always
Yeah.
get sucked down. They always get sucked down. And then I don't know, it's just something that I've learned from being in BRT.
Thanks.
But thanks for sharing it. Yeah, it's a great example of TTM, of easy setup,
Yeah.
and you adapting to it. You know, it's awesome that it's helping you with your game. It's just making you
Uh,
that much better.
it's totally great. And do both of you think that those are that I played this that I played easy strategy well?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I agree.
Yep.
You had the perfect condition, the cross of the 10 over below the 50.
Yep.
That's one of the primary thing I look for.
Hell yeah. I was telling Sembra before you began your journey in this process, I was like, man, I can't wait for Easy to get started so I can learn his stuff and I can do. I need a short setup.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody's happy making money.
Yeah.
And that's what we're
Yeah.
here for, is to help each other. Nice to see you, Waves. Dell, thanks for stopping by, Ricky. Thanks for Pete. Yeah, let's get on. Let's get on. We got 3 more weeks. And then
3 more
Easy's gonna be
weeks.
set free, and hopefully he's gonna be killing it on the live. Because after that,
3 more weeks.
we're gonna do
1,
a small count challenge and
2,
roll on with the next person, the next member who wants to volunteer.
3.
Anybody
The third.
struggling, come join our group. We'll help you out. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Have a great
Thank you.
weekend. Happy trading. See you guys Sunday or Monday.
All right. Have a good day.